Hey guys, you're right on time for summertime. Today we have,
MacKenzie.
wow, I've heard about you that you're on I don't know how to say it. Is it CBNC?
CNBC.
Okay, I got it mixed around. That's okay.
We do business news in the States.
Wow. So I'm really interested on how you got into Bitcoin.
It was 2017, and I started talking to these people in Venezuela who were mining for Bitcoin in their kitchen because it was the only way they were able to earn an income. The local currency had lost all of its value, and so they were mining for Bitcoin. They were mining for Ethereum as a way to just put food on the table. And I thought that that was a really compelling use case for cryptocurrency.
Wow. But that's kind of sad though, like how it just dropped. But it's nice how Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is building up itself to help the entire world.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what the theme of this week has been. People are coming from all corners of the continent to share best practices and then like take ideas home with them so that they can do it too. It's like payments and mining and Bitcoin as a bank. It's been really cool seeing how people are using this technology.
So I want to know how you got into CBNC.
CNBC. So I was living in Hong Kong and I was working with CNN and I was doing business news with CNN. But, a lot of the newsmakers go on to CNBC and I thought, let me make this move back to New York and I'll go to CNBC and I'll purely cover business news. Because what's cool about business news instead of just general news is that you get to tell stories that really matter to people, like how things affect them, how it ripples into their wallet, how these macroeconomic events matter to the consumer. And I mean, it's the way the world works. Like people need to understand how their finances, because your finances determine your living situation, what you're able to do. So I found that really powerful, that kind of reporting.
I like reporting too because then you get to infer information to the world. You get to show them, okay, this is what's happening at this time. And it could also encourage them and inspire them and also give information, which is what I love to do.
What do you most love to report on? Bitcoin, maybe?
That's one of it.
Yeah.
And,
You talked to Jack Dorsey yesterday.
yes, I did.
What did you think? What was the most interesting thing that he said yesterday?
Maybe that he said that one of the things that he doesn't think that anybody really knows about him is that he likes to walk around rather than just take cars everywhere. And I like to walk around too.
And what was like you've been covering this conference and you've done such a good job reporting and speaking to all these different people.
Thank you.
What stood out to you? Like what did you learn about Bitcoin where you just thought, wow, this is powerful?
Although it's still building up itself and it's still trying to form, I'd say that it's like how they said it's not just a currency, it's kind of like it's feeling like a revolution just from gold and salt all the way to now. I mean, like, wow. It's like just one of the big ways to connect everybody through money. And what better way to do it than through Bitcoin?
That was so incredibly well said. You're so poised. And if you could talk to anyone on the planet right now, and it doesn't just have to be about Bitcoin, what is your dream interview? Who do you want to talk to?
That is super duper hard. I mean, I have a whole lot of people I want to interview, I want to ask about. It's just super hard. I can't pick one.
I know what you mean. I feel the same way.
It's just like so much.
Now, okay, do you own any Bitcoin or do you want to buy some now that you've been at this conference covering it the last few days?
I do want to buy some, but I have a few Satoshis, so that's fine.
Yeah, you do. Okay, you're stacking those sats.
Yes.
Are you Bitcoin only or do you believe in some of the other coins out there?
Well, I don't really know about the other coins because this is my first time learning about cryptocurrency. So for now, Bitcoin.
And you said that your first time covering Bitcoin started 2 days ago with this conference. Wow. Do you know how hard that is to come in fresh and cover this space?
For me, I'm a learning person. I'm open and always ready to learn, and I just take things easily. I'm like, okay, so this is how it goes. All right. I just love learning, and I love doing my research and everything. That's just how I am.
Yeah. Well, I'm very impressed. And if you could work anywhere, where do you want to report one day? Is there a channel that you like more than the other?
I want to have my own channel.
Yes. Okay, what's going to be the theme of your channel? Is it all news, global news, business news? What do you want to cover?
All news, all things that are able to inform people, inspire people, encourage people through good and bad times.
Okay. And if you had to choose between being at an anchor's desk or being an international correspondent, traveling in the field, what do you like to do more?
Okay. international correspondent because then I get to see different perspectives, not just like a one specific type from that certain country. Like let's say how I'm doing in Ghana here. I can just want to do one in the US, maybe go to Canada, South America, Italy, like all those places because then you get new ideas, new perspective, but not just that, you get it from each and every different person.
I think that's a very good ambition, and you're well on your way.
Yeah.
And you're living in Accra.
Yes.
Do you see yourself traveling into dangerous places and maybe covering wars that are happening and going into a war zone? You like interview. You're so good at interviewing people.
Maybe, but as long as I'm fully protected and covered.
Yeah. Okay, of all the use cases that people talked about across the African continent in the last few days, like in the different ways you could use Bitcoin, what did you think was the most useful? Like, what do you think really stood out as being something that's transformative?
I'd say it being the most useful that even kids can use it because I'm a kid, so that just strikes me as like, if this can be used by kids, then why not try it?
No, I think that there's a lot of hope that people find. I was talking to a developer 10 minutes ago, and he just like what most compels him to do the work that he does is, working with activists and seeing how it can be a tool for humanitarians and used for people who live in under oppressive regimes, and it is a freedom technology. Very, very important work.
Yeah. And I just love how it's like Bitcoin for the people. And I'm like, as long as it's Bitcoin for the people, then people should be all for it because it's for the people.
I think that's a perfect place to end it. This has been so fun. Thank you for letting me come on your show.
You're welcome. Actually, thank you for letting me interview you. This is like so big. Please forgive me for mixing up the letters.
No, okay, so what station do I work at?
It's CNBC.
Bam. You got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, guys, see you next time on Summertime.